Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Operation Heal 100 Hearts channel where we discuss what? Healing, humor, and hot topics. All right, ladies and gentlemen, eyes are tired, boss, but spring break has started and I'm ready to start spring breaking. But before I go, I knew I couldn't get up out of here without dropping some videos for you guys. And of course, we already have the healing segment of my channel. We already have the humor side of my channel. But now you know what else we're going to discuss? The hot motherfucking topics. So you guys know I love to do show reviews, right? You know I love to do show reviews. I enjoy them. I enjoy watching TV. It's one of my many favorite things to do. So now they have a new reality show on, and I personally am a fan of one of the stars on the show, one of the cast members. So I said, you know what? It's new. It's something to add to my little panel. So let's get going. So I'm reviewing ding 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 a new reality show called The Barnes Bunch. Alrighty, the Barnes Bunch stars Matt Barnes. Now I'm a fan of Matt Barnes from from Basketball Wives, because as you guys know, he's the ex of Gloria. Well, I forgot their last name, Gloria Laura. But anyway, he's her ex baby. He's an ex husband, I think, or ex fiance and baby father, and she dated one of his teammates, and he lost his damn mind, and all this drama, right? So I've always been a fan of Matt since then, right? He's always been a good dad from the way he's been showcased on all the shows he's been on. And I like him on his new podcast, right? So he has a new reality show with his current, is she his fiance or wife? I want to say she's his fiance, Anansa. So they have a new reality show. It comes on WeTV on Fridays at 10 p.m. and you could catch the reruns and the replays on the All Black Network. All right. So I just watched it the other day. I'm gonna take some notes. I took some notes. So let's get into the show review. Let's get into this show review, baby. Let's get into some things. If you are new here, please subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit the notification bell because you need to get all of my videos as they drop. Also, don't forget to like the video. Hit the thumbs up because that is your way of getting me in the algorithm for free and pumping my video out to folks. Afterwards, if you like my commentary, and even if you don't, drop down in the comments section and leave some feedback for me. And also, make sure you share with whomever you see this content, or whoever you feel this content may apply to, or they will enjoy the entertainment. All right, let's get it going. Sorry, guys. I had a long day, and it's only freaking 5 o'clock. All right. So it started off, like I said, it's starring Matt Barnes and his family life and his new wife, Anansa, right? So it started off them discussing how their relationship has been going up until this point, him and his current wife, right? They had a public breakup that took place back in 2020, blah, 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 right? But one part kind of confused me because when it initially came on, they was already deep in the conversation, right? And I guess it seems as though they was having like a family issue, and Matt was basically speaking his piece, she was speaking her piece. Now, like I said, I'm a fan of Matt Barnes prior to this show, right? And I might leave still being a fan. But this conversation right here between him and Anansa, it seemed a little cringy to me. Because Anansa has a very, as you can see, non-confrontational demeanor, and Matt is on Go 25 motherfucking 8, okay? And he even has that demeanor with her. He's very rough, he's very abrasive, so most personalities that way, when they're not met with the same energy, it can make them look like a bully. And in this conversation, which this is what the show started off with, I was like, man, is everything okay? But I don't think everything was okay. In any event, it's just the way he was speaking to her, I didn't like it. And also, it was weird because that's how it started. It didn't give you the back end of what was going on. But I guess that was their little precursor before they jump into the show, right? So that conversation had me looking at Matt like, Matt, you better stop talking to that girl like that. I didn't like that aggression, right? So anyway, then they I'm lying. Before that, they did talk a little bit about their public breakup. They broke up back in 2020. Matt went online and obviously said some things he ain't had no fucking business saying, to embarrass her. Then he went back online and did a public apology. In my opinion, Matt dated Gloria, and I think Matt is still mortified from his last situation. So he is not here to play with the ladies, right? And I think Anansa is pretty much getting like the backlash of the trauma of what he went through. Matt, it might behoove you to come get your healing heart session, baby, because you can't take that out on your new wife. You're working from the past. But anywho, this is water, you guys. I haven't started my spring break yet. Ooh, I told y'all I had a long day. But let me keep my spirits up. Anyway, so moving forward, they flash to them being at the therapist, which is a good thing. I like the fact that they both can identify that even though they've gotten back together, there still may be some issues and concerns pertaining to the relationship. So they seeing a therapist, right? So, in my opinion, I think production could have really, prefaced this whole therapy visit with more of a background about their story, but in any event, they didn't. But you can honestly see that the way the conversation was going, that was their first time seeing a therapist, right? So one of the things that I found was pretty cringy was that the therapist said, has the both of you been faithful, right? And they was like, so I'm looking at the screen now like, oh shit, y'all be cheating still? And then they led on by saying, no, we had took a break for a little while. So do you mean like were we faithful during the break since the first inception of our relationship? Or do you mean have we been being faithful since we got back together? Right? And I mean, for me, I felt like the way they both paused, I don't know if that was editing or not. I was like, I hope everything is okay. But anywho, she was like, well, then Anansa spoke and was like, well, I've been doing what I'm supposed to do. And again, he said he was too, but they both didn't seem too confident in that response. So I was like, ooh. After they shared with the therapist, they had been on a break and, blah, 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 blah. Then they started, no, before we go, let me see, is that here? Okay, so during the therapy session, Matt, after they asked about the fateful part, Matt did something, and I want to say my boyfriend does this too. And I don't know how many other men do it, in my opinion. I don't know how many other people do it, because maybe women do it too. Me personally, I don't, but my boyfriend does it very often, right? Matt brought up how when he's out on the road and out in the street, there's groupies and they like him and, they always trying to entice him and so on and so forth, right? And he made it up to emphasize the point that, he's faithful, right? What I didn't like about it is if there's nothing happening with you and the groupies that pertains to our relationship or you and them, why did you feel the need to tell me that every time you go out to the street, somebody's trying to talk to you? So in my opinion, when people do that in their relationship, they are almost trying to stir up some jealousy within the other person. And then second of all, I also think that folks, to folks who have been unfaithful in the past, they feel like they need some form of a trophy because they're now being faithful. So it's like, look, everybody is still on me, but I'm being good. You're fucking supposed to. So for me, like I said, my boyfriend does the same thing. He makes it a very huge point to tell me about in certain spaces he goes to. He has a fan club and you sleep here every night. So I don't give a fuck about none of that. And I wish folks understood, including Pookie, that when you're dating a confident person, number one on the list, confident people are 100% very, very sure that they're dating an attractive person. They're also sure that that attractive person will attract other people. We're also sure that we're attractive ourselves. And we're also sure that all of those other motherfucking people don't have what we have. So the constant telling her that you have a fan club that, or groupies that come after you every day and all that, for me personally, that would have went over my head. But for her, you could see at the therapy, she was like, I don't like it. So when they shifted over to her confessional, when she's in the confessional by herself, she was like, I didn't know that was still going on. And I must admit, to some degree, I'm bothered by it. And I felt bad for her because a little part of me felt like there's a lack of confidence there, right? Because immediately as soon as he said it, she had a reaction to it. So either A, he has cheated in the past, so their trust is broken, or B, she may lack self-confidence and think that he's always going to cheat. Either way, I felt bad for Anansa that he did that. And I felt like he knows that she may have some issues surrounding, groupies and things of that nature, so why would you do it? It was antagonistic to me, but whatever. Anyway, when that happened at the therapist, that whole scene was over, and then they shifted into them discussing the dynamic of their family. So they have 6 kids between the both of them, right? They have Matt's twins that he had with Gloria, Isaiah and Carter. They're 14. And Anansa has 3 kids from a previous marriage. It's Ava, 13, David, 10, and Dean, 9. I like Dean. Dean was my boy. And then Anansa and Matt have a 4-year-old together named Ashton, right? Then they flash to Beverly. So then they flash to... Yes, they flashed to Beverly Johnson. Ding, 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 ding. I did not know that Anansa, after they said it, you could see it in her. But I didn't know that Anansa is Beverly freaking Johnson's daughter. Beverly Johnson is a freaking supermodel. Beverly Johnson still looked gorgeous. That's my girl BJ. And my girl BJ was on the scene and she was like, yes, I'm here. Let's get with it. So they showed BJ. I was very happy to see Beverly Johnson. And I really did not know that Matt Barnes was dating Beverly Johnson's daughter, much less had a baby with her. But anyway, you know what I see in Anansa? Anansa looks a lot like, she looks like her mom, but she also looks a lot like Benzino old girlfriend. She kind of reminds me like they could be sisters or cousins. But anyway, I was like, hey, Beverly girl. Beverly looked good. Beverly looked the fuck good. BJ looked good. I was happy to see BJ. So they had met up for a video shoot, right? And what I did like is you can honestly see when BJ and Anansa is together that BJ is Anansa's safe space. You know, so much so that she was like, Mom, I wish you lived closer, you know. And the mother's like, BJ is like, girl, I'm out living my best motherfucking life. I don't got time to be cooped up with no kids. You the family person. So basically what they was explaining is that Anansa was like, sometimes she feel like the mother because she'll see BJ on Instagram and be like, hey, where are you? What are you still doing outside? And she just out living her best life. But you know, BJ's older. She raised her children. She's in grandma mode. She's like, listen, I don't got time for no babies. I'm ripping and running. So Anansa is like, you know, she just, I could see, like I said, that her mom is her safe space for her. So she likes having her around. So she was kind of like basically telling her mother, like, you know, I wish you were around more. And, you know, I see you more often. And the mother was like, girl, I come when I can. I'm living my best motherfucking life, right? So, what BJ was there for is because I think she said it was like the 50th anniversary of her Vogue cover, and they was offering to do her a spread in a magazine, but they wanted to do it with her and Anansa together. So she was asking Anansa, you know, do you think it's okay for you to come and do the video shoot? And Anansa was like, oh, Mom, I would be honored. But she also was saying, like, you know, sometimes she doesn't feel confident and ready, you know, to do those type of things. She's only really been taking like family portraits. She isn't doing any modeling anymore because I think Anansa, if I'm not mistaken, said her background was in modeling. So BJ was like, girl, we don't give a damn about that. You know, you have a very voluptuous body. You still look gorgeous in the face, very young, very youthful, very vibrant. Bring your ass on, right? So I'm like, okay now, girl. So, anywho, Anansa said, well, Mom, can you do me a favor? Can you watch the kids while you in town so we could go on date night? So they went on date night, right? And they left BJ with the kids. What I noticed was that they only left BJ with Anansa's 3 kids and the kid that Anansa and Matt had together. Gloria and Matt boys must have been home with Gloria because they wasn't there when BJ was watching them, right? At date night, things are good. And then Anansa brings up that she want to have a baby girl. And Matt is like, ooh, another one? I mean, about that. You know, so that she also brought up how, you know, how much scrutiny she was under about their public breakup and how, you know, having it be so publicized, it really, really damaged her because then she started getting DMs and inboxes and basically people telling her to unalive herself and, you know, all of these things. And she was like, you know, that really hurt me. That really, really hurt me when you went public with our breakup. That really, really broke me. And I'm not gonna lie, I felt sad for Anansa because I can honestly see that, you know, she's I don't want to say fragile. She's not fragile, but she's just like a very like mild-mannered kind of person. So I could see that so many mean and nasty things said to her, you know, they could affect her, right? And she actually got emotional. And what I did like is that Matt comforted her in that moment. And then he was saying, you know, I take full responsibility, which is why I came out and publicly apologized because I don't want the world to think, you know, that I think that way of you. I just said that out of anger. And, you know, I thought that was nice. I also thought that had it been me, Matt ass would have never got another chance. Matt would not have stood a chance in holy hell. You go public with me, it's nothing with me. Let me just be motherfucking clear. And that goes for any relationship. That goes for an argument I have with my brother. You take it to the public and you will never have to hear from me again. I know we live in a social media world where if things are not seen on live, then it is not really happening and things of that nature. But for me, I still live in some things are better left private lifestyle, and not everything is for public consumption. So if you and I love each other, but we're in a rough time, that's between me and you and God, not for the rest of the world to see. So, I felt Anansa on how emotional she got, but I also appreciated that Matt comforted her in those moments, right? So, anywho, the next day they flash to Matt, and Matt is there with his friends, and they going out to like some bar, and it's these older guys, and I mean, like, I guess, and then Matt was sharing that him and Anansa are going to counseling, and the whole friend group said that they had been as well, even though one of the men said he was dating somebody 20 years his junior, and he feels that person should have a curfew. But he did counseling too, I guess, right? And then Matt revealed he experienced some racism growing up, and basically he was always told to be a man and, really pretty much hide his emotions. So because of that, it taught him to be tough and rough. And then dealing with Gloria, she aided in some of his nasty attitude and sarcasm with some of the things they went through in her responses to some things, right? So he was like, that's pretty much why he's so rough and tough and kind of, maybe a little rough around the edges and so on and so forth. And I was looking like, man, I hear you. I hear you. I also wish that you got your Operation Hit 100 Heart session, because from the looks of things, you have 3 boys that you're raising. And then you're also helping to raise 2 other young men. And those behaviors, especially that aggression, won't help those black men moving forward. And as a matter of fact, in the past, it hasn't helped you. So you need to bring that down. But before you start bringing that down with the whole rest of the world, you need to learn to bring that down to your woman. Because no woman, the same way how men don't want to come home to a woman with a nasty attitude and sarcastic mouth, no woman wants to deal with a man who's always angry and upset and mean with them. No. For women, we like to be your soft space. We like to be where you land. We like to be your comfort zone. So if you treat me just as hostile and disrespectful as you treat the rest of the world, what makes me special from anybody else? So, man, I understand that's how you grew up, and I suggest you come get your Operation Hill 100 Heart sessions, because Anansa is not built for that nastiness. Now, see, watching you with Gloria, I could see why y'all there at work, because Gloria will come back with you go boom, she go bam. Gloria was not playing with your fucking ass. See, Anansa is not like that. So don't do that. Don't do that. So come get your healing heart session, because I didn't fucking like that, man. And really and truly, I like you, but I don't want to start judging you and disliking you from your goddamn show. So come get your healing heart session. So then they flash to Anansa, and now she's handling spring in New York City. Anywho, she's handling her mommy duties, because she's going to go off and do the spread for the 50th anniversary of Beverly Johnson, her mom's historic Vogue cover shoot. And she wants to be able to get out and get to the shoot, but first she has to do her mommy duties, which consists of getting all the kids dressed and dropping all the kids off and picking all the kids up and cooking and cleaning. Anansa has a lot to do, because she's a mom, and she's also helping to raise other young people. But in this scene, it was only her children. It was only her children, and it's 4 of them. It's 3 from her previous marriage and her one with Matt, right? So when she arrives at the photo shoot, she's late. She's in a hurry to leave on time, even though she's late. And, you could pretty much see she was flustered. She was very much distracted, because she lives a mom life. So for her, and that's what I know for most moms who are very much invested in mothering, they don't listen. Their life revolves around what's going on with their children, right? And I'm not going to lie, that is why I'm not in a rush. And I know y'all going to kill me, because y'all going to be like, Deja, you're 100. When are you going to get ready? But that's kind of why, one of the main reasons why I'm not in a rush to become a mother, because I would like to be one of those moms where my whole life revolves around my kid, because now that's my new responsibility, and that's what I live for when that happens. But beforehand, because I'm not ready to live for one other person yet, and I want to still live for me, I'm not ready yet. But when I do, like I said, I would like to be that type of mom. So for her, the photo shoot wasn't important. It was all about, hello, what time does practice start? Hello, did you get your lunch? Hello, are you there yet? Hello, did the coach pick you up? Hello, put the coach on the phone. Hello, don't forget your face mask. Like, she was just basically mothering while they was trying to have the shoot. And the photographers is like this, Beverly, what the fuck is this? And And again, I could see that BJ is really, really, she's her daughter's safe space. So she wasn't necessarily like grabbing Anansa like, what the fuck are you doing? She was just gonna say like, hey, can you take that call in a few minutes? Or would you like me to handle it while you go do your part of the shoot? Like, she was really just trying to be nice to Anansa and, accommodate her because she realizes like she lives a motherly lifestyle. She, this is what she does. I can't distract that. So Anansa was very flustered. So she was like, listen, it's late. I gotta go. So basically she packed up all her ish and she was running out the door. I was thinking to myself that maybe Anansa, for just that one day while you were doing this historic shoot with your mom, maybe you could have tried to maybe put some plans in place where maybe some carpooling could have been done for some of your young people or some Ubers or, but again, I'm not a mom. Let me mind my fucking business, right? So, like I said, Ananda was out the door and that was that, right? So then she gets in the car and while she's in the car, Matt calls, right? And the kids are making fun of their conversation. Oh, baby, they saying whatever she's saying and so on and so forth. Something that I picked up on and I wonder, is this going to present an issue in the beginning, in upcoming episodes, or if editing just made it look like this? The boys were making fun of Anansa and Matt being on the phone because I think Anansa had him on speakerphone in the car. But Ava was looking at my mother like, girl, get the fuck off that phone. And I was like, wow, I didn't get the impression that she didn't like Matt, but I also didn't get the impression that she was excited to hear Matt's voice on the other end of the phone. So it was more so like the boys were making fun of her and she's locked in the conversation and Ava was looking like, hang up so we can continue doing what the fuck we was doing. So I wonder in the future, will it be some conversations surrounding the relationship between Matt and Ava, only because Ava is not only Anansa's oldest child, but Anansa's only girl. And I know for me, I grew up with my dad, so there was never any competition between my dad and myself because he was my biological father. But I do remember that when my stepdad came into the picture, my younger sister had some issues because she was younger and very close to my mom. And I think she felt a little way about my stepfather. So for like the first year or two, she was very kind of standoffish with my stepdad, because they had to shift and mold that dynamic to make it work. And it looks like Ava might need some shifting and molding too, but again, editing could have done that to make it look away, and I'm looking too much into it. But remember I said that, y'all, right? So, then they flash to the scene where Matt is headed out because he's going out of town. I think he's like touring with his podcast or something like that. And he was saying he's going to have some recreational time while he's touring. He's going to go golfing while he's out there. And then Anansa says to him, well, she wanted to express some of her concerns about him being out of town because she did hear what he said in therapy about the groupies. Well, honey, Matt was like, my car is outside. My car cannot wait. I have to catch a flight. So we cannot have this discussion right now. He cut it short and he skedaddled out the fucking door. Right? And she made it clear that she needed and desired to still have the conversation. And he made it clearer that his flight was more important for him to catch. Chucked up the deuces and headed out the door. Right? So Anansa's face looked like, I'ma curse this motherfucker the fuck out. But from her demeanor, whenever she is either in his presence or on the phone with him, I don't think that she is the type of person that will go toe-to-toe with Matt. And not because I don't think he hitting her and she afraid of him. He's just a little bit more abrasive and aggressive, it appears, than she may be. And she doesn't give me the impression that she's combative in that sense. So, he just left out the door. But I didn't like that. I didn't like that because I felt like, first of all, Matt, you the one that ignited this conversation by bringing up this groupie shit. And now when I want to have a discussion with you about it, you acting like I'm bringing this up out of nowhere. No, you put this in my motherfucking mind. And like I said, I've experienced a person doing so. In my opinion, what is it done for? Is it done to trigger you? And depending on where you are in your confidence and, your what can I call it? Yeah, your confidence in your relationship and in your spouse, it can definitely rattle you a little bit. For me personally, like I said, I know what I bring to the table. So you having groupies and people that like you and people that pay attention to you and people that are attracted to you, what the fuck that have to do with me? Likewise, you know, that means nothing. I'm in a relationship with you, which people doing that to you means nothing to me because you're in a relationship with me. You're not with the groupies and the people that are attracted to you. So I felt a little bad for Anansa, and I wonder, is it a backstory with Matt and the cheating and so on and so forth? But I'm going to look into that. I'm going to go do some more backstory so I can come back when I review episode 2 and let y'all know, like, oh, I see where all this came from. In all honesty, I didn't do any tracking. I just saw that he had a reality show and I personally like Matt. So I'm like, okay, let me check my boy out, right? And I wanted to see the family dynamic between him and Anansa. So in any event, that was episode 1. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed episode 1. I thought it was very good. I think that we're going to see a lot of different dynamics of their relationship. I think we're going to see Anansa's voice kind of come out more as she's going to be on TV. So, you know, you get to kind of see how timid and shy you act and you're like, no, I got to step it up. I can't wait to see the dynamic between Anansa and Gloria, how that works out. I would love to see all the kids in one space. That's a lot of kids. I would love to see BJ with Matt because you publicly embarrassed my motherfucking daughter. So I don't know, I really want you as a step. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get a chance to see that. So hopefully they will show more of the family dynamic. I'm excited. I like this show. So ladies and gentlemen, if you want to tune in, it's every Friday at 10 p.m. I know that's an inopportune time, but if you do want to catch the rerun, it comes on the All Black Network. That's where I caught it. But I'm going to try to catch it every Friday because I'm normally home and I can watch it after or before I watch BMF. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to drop this. We're going to talk more about it. I think I want to talk about Brian McKnight. I have some Dear Deejas. But spring break is calling me. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please, if you're new to my channel, do not forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. Please hit the thumbs up so you can get me in the algorithm for free. And make sure you leave your comments in the comment space. In any event, thank you for tuning in. I really, really appreciate you guys. And spring break is upon us.